So if you want to make money, perhaps even invest, but you don't know the rules, you want to know the rules before you get started, and you don't want to lose any money unnecessarily, then this video is for you. I'll be talking about capital gains tax, what it is exactly and what it applies to, when you pay it, when you don't pay it, how much you pay, and all of that good stuff. All explained from the basics up for absolutely everyone to understand. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Capital gains tax is the tax you pay when you buy something and then sell it for a profit. It applies to a variety of things, including property and stocks and shares that you buy, as well as business assets and personal possessions worth over £6,000. Now, there are caveats in each of these scenarios where capital gains tax doesn't apply. I won't be going into the minutiae in this video, but basically for property, there are scenarios where if you're living in that property and then selling it, capital gains tax doesn't apply. Also, if you're refinancing that property instead of selling it, then it won't apply. And similarly with stocks and shares, there are scenarios in which capital gains tax won't apply. Namely, if you buy them through a stocks and shares ISA, then you don't have to worry about capital gains tax at all. So now you know what capital gains tax is and what you pay it on, let's talk about when you pay it. So capital gains tax applies from the moment at which you sell the asset. So if, for example, I buy a house and hold it for a number of years and that house goes up in value, I don't have to pay any capital gains tax until the point at which I want to sell that house. And this is the same for stocks and shares and for any other assets. You only pay capital gains tax from the time at which you dispose of that asset, which is basically selling that asset. So now let's go on to how much you pay in capital gains tax if in fact you are going to pay that. Now this depends on if you're investing in property or if you're investing in any other kind of asset class. It also depends on what income tax bracket you're in. So if your yearly income is under £50,000, that means you're in the basic rate tax bracket. And for this, it means on property, you're going to pay a capital gains tax rate of 18%. And for all other asset classes, including stocks and shares, it will be 10%. If your yearly income is above £50,000, then it'll be 28% for property and 20% for all other asset classes. And you'll pay this percentage of tax on every pound that you earn above the capital gains tax-free allowance. Before I go on to talk about that though, my name is Theo. I make videos about investing and money. So if you're enjoying this video and enjoying this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel and leaving a like on this video. It would really help me out and help this video reach a wider audience. So that said, the capital gains tax-free allowance, bit of a mouthful, in the UK for this tax year, which is 2020-2021, and it runs from the 6th of April to the 5th of April, is £12,300. So you pay capital gains tax on any capital gain that you're making, which is the profit you're making on anything you're selling, above £12,300. So if I bought a stock for £5,000 and sold it for £10,000, I'd have made a profit of £5,000, which falls under the 12,000 threshold, so I won't have to pay any capital gains tax on that. If on the other hand, I bought a stock at £5,000 and sold it for £20,000, I will have made a profit of £15,000. So take away from that £15,000 the £12,300 tax-free allowance, and I'm left with £2,700 that I'm going to have to pay capital gains tax on, for which the rate will depend on my income, as I discussed earlier. And the final thing I want to draw to your attention about capital gains tax is that it doesn't matter how many years you've held your investment for, your capital gains tax-free allowance is only going to be £12,300 for the year at which you're selling. So in that same scenario with a £5,000 stock I'm selling for £20,000, it doesn't matter if I've held that stock for 5 years or 1 year, whatever, the allowance doesn't accumulate over the years, so I'm not going to have 5 times £12,300 for the stock if I've held it over 5 years. It's only going to be £12,300 no matter how long I've held that investment for. The tax-free allowance doesn't add up over time. Also, the allowance has changed over the years. It has been going up, so it's likely going to keep going up over the years to come. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please do leave me a like and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'll be making many more videos like this about personal finance, money and investing, so I'll see you in the next video.